This political philosophy has a long tradition. At best, it can be labeled the basis for the welfare state. But history also tells us that it can lead to tyranny or economic turmoil or both. Unsurprisingly, it's never found favor in the United States, not during the Great Depression or in times of war or any other time. It's because in this country we have a different view. We know that people do better when given opportunity and responsibility. It has to do with our view of the nature of man. We don't believe that man is supposed to be kept, fed, and protected from the elements by a master. We believe that man was meant to be free, entitled to be free. It's an inalienable right, endowed by our Creator. When free and inspired, man can achieve great things for his family, community, and his nation. In fact, this belief is what we built our nation on. When times of stress occur, as they inevitably do in the life of every great nation, just as in the lives of all of us, our policies may need to be revisited and perhaps changed, but our principles do not change because they're rooted in the very fabric of our nation, derived from God, and have been paid for with the blood of millions of brave people. A temporary economic recession doesn't change any of that. Let there be no doubt that an Obama administration and a heavily democratically controlled Congress would change the face of this nation. Now, only you can decide whether or not the ways in which they would change it would be a good thing. I don't believe it, and John McCain doesn't believe it. John McCain's entire life has been devoted to defending those principles that made our country great. His life has been one of duty and honor, dedication, sacrifice. He's been involved in every major domestic and foreign policy issue for 3 decades and has fought to reform Washington in ways that would change our country for the better. Responsible change is the essence of conservatism. We must change in order to preserve what's best about our country. We've always been able to accommodate constructive change without turning our back on our first principles. We must do it again. However, that does not include staking everything upon the eloquence and inexperience of one who has towed the extreme liberal and partisan line his entire political life, as much as he tries to blur that fact now. This is the choice that we have in this election. Let's hope that for our nation's sake that we choose well. Thank you.
Paid for by the Republican National Committee and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.gop.com.